Previously on Tabletop Trouble.
So you see Sukala. She is beautiful, and she is terrifying because she's a siren.
We found the witch. We'll soon be able to sacrifice her to the Lord of Stone. You quickly end up back at the site of the caravan. However, when you arrive, it is devastated. You can see dead mercenaries lining the ground, and you can see Lessa, her head buried in her hands, on her knees, surrounded by the corpses of 9 wildlings and her mother. All of their faces contorted in fear, grasping at their throats, and these corpses are soaked to the bone. You hear her father yelling, "This is your fault! You're a monster! I should have let you die in that tunnel."
Whoa.
You cast a spell, and as you open a hole through the stone, a wave of water rushes out through this cave and washes away the ground around your feet.
We've had our first session, and did we already adopt an orphan?
Yes.
The first of many. And you guys are now standing at the mouth of a cave that Sukala just created. As this water silently runs out as it starts to slow, it's dark and damp, and you could hear a drip, drip, drip echoing through this wet, damp cave.
Usually they say dryads first in the Fae, but there's no dryads here, so, I can go.
I got nothing.
Don't worry, I've got your back.
All right. Guess I'm volunteering.
Quietly.
I'll hum really quietly, and I walk.
Please don't hum. Do you ever stop?
Why would I stop?
Valid point. I don't know.
Music is life, man. You can't stop the music.
Yeah, don't kill the bad vibes. Or do kill them.
No, you gotta fuck the bad vibes.
I don't know. This is new to me.
I regret leaving my home.
I'm gonna check out this cave.
All right, I'm going to follow very closely behind.
You push into this dark cave. How many of you guys have dark vision?
Yo.
I do. Kako does.
1, 2, 3, and nope.
No.
Everyone but
Sarge
Isaac.
does not have dark vision either, as he brings up the rear.
Okay. So I will bring up the rear.
I don't have dark vision.
You don't have dark vision?
Mm-mm.
All right, I'm following very closely behind you.
As you guys push up this cave entrance, and it's a slight incline, the water slowly pours out around your feet, and before long, you leave the light of the created cave opening behind you, and you guys are standing in darkness.
I draw my sword and cast light on it, kind of using it as a makeshift torch.
Yeah, you draw your sword, and as you cast this magical spell across the blade, it lights up this room, and you find yourself standing in a circular room with a shallow pool at the center. You could tell at one point this pool was much higher, probably relatively recently, due to the new cave entrance that just opened up. A lot of this water has poured out of this pool in the very center. And against the back wall of this cave, you see a figure chained to the wall. And then directly across from him, you can see another cave entranceway to walk out.
Do we recognize this figure?
This is a big hulking figure. It's kind of obscured by shadow. It's currently head down. It looks kind of weak as its arms are chained up.
So Kako's gonna strut on up to this chained up guy, slap him lightly across the face, just hey, wake up.
As you slap, and it rings out in this hollow cave, it echoes down the caveway as you hit him across the face.
Did you really need to slap him that hard?
Yeah, was that necessary?
It's not
I thought you were just gonna tap him awake.
It's not necessarily that he slapped him very hard. This figure is very wet, so his hand kind of wrung out against this creature's wet skin. And as it looks up at you, you actually recognize this figure as a goblin. It is a goblin, but it is about twice your height.
Okay.
And
What is it? I can't see.
You can see a little bit thanks to Isaac's light.
What is it? I still can't really see that great.
Some kind of wacky goblin.
Is it like a big lanky goblin?
No, goblins are tiny, right?
Yes.
Aren't they?
It looks like a normal goblin, but about 6 times the size of a normal goblin.
Big boy.
So 6 feet tall or something like that.
Probably about 7 or 8 feet tall.
Ooh, Oof,
And
that's one big boy.
his arms, well, they're currently like weak and the skin kind of clings to his muscle because he hasn't eaten in a while. You can tell that he's a pretty muscular goblin.
Oh, what are they giving him? Jeez.
Can you do the speaking weird creature?
This creature turns its head kind of weakly in your direction. You come kill Tuck?
Maybe.
Good. Tuck pain. Tuck hurt.
Who did this to you?
People. Hurt Tuck.
Okay, well, as expected, the goblin is not very observant.
And he weakly points with his finger down the cave tunnel that you guys haven't walked down.
Do you eat the baby, Tuck?
He looks kind of confused as you ask him. Tuck eat meat. Tuck eat deer. Tuck eat swamp creature.
Can I discern whether or not this creature is like hostile in general? Or if it's like a feral creature?
It's a goblin. He's chained up. He's not a threat in any way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let him out. He seems to be having like a bad time, and I'm not rolling with that.
Well, my first scientific instinct is to stab him until dead.
Oh wait, no.
I would like to try to undo
Hold
his
on.
chains.
Let's just unlock him first, and then maybe see if he's like, because he's not eating baby right now.
But he did not answer a question with directness.
Yeah, he did. He said he eats deer.
Isaac, what do you think?
I think this is not the person we're looking for.
All right, I'm gonna let him loose.
Yeah, Sukala pushes past you and begins to
I
undo.
can very easily kill him if he gets out of hand.
Whoa, hold on. I think he said he eats swamp people too, so we just...
He said he eats swamp creatures. I also eat swamp creatures. There's a lot of creatures in the swamp. I'm willing
right,
to give him a chance.
Are you a cannibal?
No. You know, there's more than one thing that lives in the swamp. A freaking snake is a swamp creature. And I point at Ophelia.
Okay, yeah, you're right. That makes sense.
You kill each other, you fight.
No.
It is yet to be seen, my dear friend.
The men with the sticks, we kill them.
Tuck kill stick men.
Oh.
Hell yeah, Tuck.
I mean, does that make you happy, Tuck?
Tuck no like kill.
Oh.
Tuck no like stick man more.
Can you fight?
Tuck fight. Tuck strong.
We're
Tuck
gonna adopt
hungry.
another one.
Tuck king of goblin.
Oh, hell yeah.
Whoa. Wow.
I set him free. I set him free.
Upgrade.
I bow to him. Your Majesty. I didn't realize. I'm kind of new to this plane. I'm still learning a lot. Can I be of service to you?
Sukali, you undo his bindings. He kind of rubs at his wrists as if they've been rubbed raw by his chains. As he stands up now and you see his body in the light, you can see he's covered in scars and bruises as if he had been tortured by his captors. And he stands up, gives a big stretch, and you can hear like his joints and bones kind of crack with a loud echoing boom as he finally has a chance to stretch himself out. You, Tuck friend, Tuck help friend, Tuck need crown, Tuck lead goblin.
Your Majesty, they took your crown? Whoa, guys, I don't know. This is pretty serious. So, these people tried to overthrow you and they took your crown, the stick people?
He kind of nods and he says to you, this Tuck cave, Tuck send friends away outside of swamp so they not get hurt. Tuck get captured.
I think I've got like half that. He kind of talks like you, Kako, so I need you to translate. It took me 3 weeks to understand what you were saying, and I still don't really get it, but...
I am the ablest of the communicators. Offense is taken.
Isaac and Wiz, you remember the large group of goblins you saw on your way into the swamp. And
Oh, shit.
Your babies are out there.
you see Tuck friends?
Yeah, your babies. So they're back on the road?
No baby, Tuck not papa.
Oh. But
He is very
You're like-
sure about that.
you're like...
Tuck had a vasectomy and he will not stand by this.
but you're like King Papa, right? You know, like you look after them.
Tuck big papa?
Big Papa.
Tuck like when you call me big papa.
I don't like calling Tuck Big Papa anymore for some reason. I've suddenly decided to change my mind. I'll just call you Your Majesty.
Sorry, I was referencing a song.
Oh, God.
All right, well, Your Majesty, we know where your people are, but are you going to fight the stick people to save your kingdom? I will fight by your side.
Tuck too weak to fight alone. Tuck need army. Tuck need crown.
So if we get your crown, you go out, find your people, and then you all come back and fuck up stick people.
Tuck will try to make it. Tuck will return favor someday. Tuck promise.
Tuck, do you need one crown or do you just need any crown?
Tuck need goblin crown.
Okay, so I can transmute. It says I can change an object made out of wood, stone, iron, copper, or silver to another one of those. What kind of metal were those chains made out of?
They were made out of iron.
I would like to hold them in a loop and turn them into silver.
You spend 10 minutes funneling magic into this chain that you have wrapped around to make a makeshift crown out of. And when it's done, it becomes a chain link silver crown that you hand to Tuck. This big shiny, much nicer than old shiny.
Well, it'll only be big and shiny for 1 hour, so we have to find your old shiny.
Tuck looks at you with concern. How far away was family?
Well, Your Majesty, they were moving north, it seemed, away from the swamp. But it was about a week ago, so, like, they're probably still booking it, honestly.
Tuck, not time, hour, not long enough.
All right. Tuck, we're gonna get your old crown back because that's, like, your OG thing. You don't want to, like, mess that vibe up. All right? And then you take that crown and then you go meet your people.
He nods. It beautiful. It big, shiny, spiky.
Well, clearly I just wasted a bunch of time because I wasn't paying enough attention to what we were doing.
It okay. Tuck like crown. Tuck keep crown for 1 hour. He puts it on his head.
I guess I do feel better about that. After this, I'm never leaving the swamp again. This is...
Tuck, wait here. Tuck, rest. Tuck, get energy.
Does anybody have, like, some food to give this guy?
Yeah, I have some rations. I'm gonna, like, give him some rations and bow and present them to him.
As you hold out your rations, he scoops them out of your hand and takes 4 days worth of rations and starts shoveling them into his mouth.
Right, didn't really actually need those anyway, I guess.
And he lets out a big burp. Tuck, stomach hurt. Tuck, eat too fast.
Yeah, what happened to you, buddy?
This is the typical goblin, yes.
You make fun of Tuck?
Not make fun of, just inaccurate.
Tuck, agree. Tuck, smartest goblin.
That does not say much, my friend.
All right, Your Majesty, we need to protect you, so you need to stay here. Don't try to fight the stick people while you're still hurting, because it'll upset your stomach more. And we're gonna go in there, and we're gonna bop them and get the heck out of Dodge, you know?
Tuck, thank you. Tuck, sleep. He sits down against the wall and begins to snore almost immediately.
Oh, wow.
So I guess
Wish I could fall asleep like that.
Kako goes to investigate the hallway.
You push over to the hallway, and as you get closer to it, you can see flickering lights that look to be torches about 60 feet down this hallway. This next room is illuminated by torchlight, and you can see that the water from this little puddle ran from this room because you can see water still running down.
Okay. Is it enough water that it might alert somebody if I were trudging through it?
Yeah, it's about ankle deep water.
Sukala is like a watery creature, right? Can you get through this without making a bunch of noise?
Probably not. I mean,
I'm gonna cast
my options
levitate.
are walk through it like normal or turn into a fish and flop through it and make more noise.
I forgot this one can levitate.
We've been, like, hanging out for 3 weeks. It's almost kind of offensive that you haven't seen me floating everywhere.
He literally does it everywhere.
I'm sorry, what was your name again?
This is hurtful on a sort of basis, but, like, I'll forgive you because I'm not that kind of person. My name's Wiz.
A creature or loose object levitates, rising vertically up to 20 feet. While suspended, the target has no momentum of its own, and a creature may grab onto other objects in order to move as if climbing. You can use your action to move the target or change its altitude by up to 20 feet up or down, as long as it remains within range.
For those of us who can't fly, I do have a spell called Control Water, and I can part it like the Red Sea.
Well,
That would be lovely.
How are you going to propel yourself forward? Are you like
I
gonna
have
cling
my-
to the cave walls?
no, I have my staff. I'm gonna, like, push myself.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Row, row, row your boat.
pretty
Sure.
much.
You levitate above the water and kind of push yourself forward using your staff, silently floating above. And as you do, Sukala, you cast Control Water and part the small river to the side, and you can see it kind of parting beneath you, Wiz, as you push yourself up, and you guys all begin your ascent up this.
Oh, that's cool. Hey, can somebody just like pull me now?
Yeah, I grab onto Wiz's staff and I just like drag him behind me like a balloon.
I'm gonna try and like scoot ahead
Minimal
to
work.
see what's at the other end of this
Love it.
hallway. You know, kind of recon it.
You push up to the front of the hallway, and you can see this cave is a large cavern where the water from the various tunnels of this cave has settled. It gathers in a large pool at the very center of this room, swirling with dirty, brackish water before it overflows the side of this and runs off to the various other tunnels of this cave.
That's the water you don't want to touch. I've seen that before. That's poo water for sure. Like 100%.
On one side of the room, you see cages that have been emptied, and on the other side are stacks of crates and supplies. You can see various entrances and exits of this cave, not including the one you guys just came through. There's one to the north, there's another one to the east, and then to the south you can see sunlight pouring through the portcullis that you saw when you were standing outside.
Refresh my memory. Were there guards near the portcullis?
You can see a set of 2 guards outside of the portcullis.
Yeah, that's why we busted through the wall.
Their backs are turned to you and they have not noticed you.
Are there any like clear entrances that like, you know, show where an important place is gonna go? Like, are there any like other lit caverns?
Both of the other cave entrances have lanterns on them.
I want to go investigate the supply store that they've got.
You walk up to the supplies, and as you look through these crates, you can see a lot of them were actually supplies from your caravan. These look to be fresh supplies that they have recently brought back from their escapades out in the swamp.
Hey, we should make sure to bring this back with us after the fact.
I mean, we have to make sure everybody's okay first, though, right?
I'm just trying to think ahead.
All right. I mean, I don't have enough hands for all this, so I'm going to make sure we have other people to carry this because that's like a lot of stuff to carry.
You can levitate it.
I just use my 1 levitate per day.
I cast Control Crate.
I go and investigate one of the other caverns.
You gotta be more specific than that. North or east?
The north one.
You make your way around this dirty pool of water that's swirling at the center of this room and push up to this cave tunnel. And as you do, it ascends. You can see a couple of torches lining the way, but eventually it disappears into darkness. You can hear more dripping coming from up here, but you don't see any water running down this cave entrance.
And what about the other one?
The other one, it looks like the water that has gathered in the center of the room is running from that direction. It's a short tunnel before you see another room. It's much larger than this one, and you can see a lot of different like lights that appear to be candles coming from this room. And as you stand in this entryway, you hear voices coming from that direction.
Okay, so the enemy are clearly in one of these paths at least. Do we want to go and do the confrontation thing?
We have to get His Majesty's Great Crown back. So either way, we're going to have to fight somebody for that, I assume. Unless we can like talk them out of it peacefully, which like I'm cool with too. I have a song ready for that.
I think that is not going to help.
It might.
I want to investigate the water and see if there's anything unique about it.
Make an investigation check for me.
14.
You look through this water, and as you see like the foam form across the top and clear its way, you see what appears to be a skeleton sitting in the center of this pool.
Is there like a stick or something nearby?
Yeah, you can find like a stick or like a pole or...
I just want to grab it and dip it in the water just to kind of test it, see if it's caustic or if it does something to it.
You grab a stick and stick it into this water and pull it out. It comes out covered in this foam, but it appears to be just fine.
I poke the skeleton with it.
You poke the skeleton with this stick and nothing happens. You feel a crunch as ribs of this skeleton kind of break as you press on it.
Were you expecting him to like get up?
I mean, I just thought it's weird that there's a skeleton in the middle of this pool.
You want me to like go in there? Because I can do that.
No.
Okay.
I don't want you to have to do that.
I think that we should probably go up the tall staircase because it's quieter. And I feel like they might just, keep shit there.
Yeah, let's focus on finding our friends first.
Did you hear that? What are you doing? I didn't hear anything. I thought I heard people talking down here. Is there anyone stationed down there? And you hear footsteps approaching in your direction.
Yeah, it's just me. And I am gonna persuade them. It's like, don't worry, guys. It's just me. I was trying to see if the Stone Lord was down here. They just had me doing the rounds.
I don't recognize your voice. Who is that?
Oh, sorry. I'm kind of new here. It's me.
What is your title?
Second stone captain of the third force of the third squad force.
These are very
I was
intelligent.
gonna ask you to make a deception roll, but I don't think anyone's gonna fall for that.
No, I wanna roll deception.
Go ahead.
No, it'll be great, guys. Don't worry. It's a 20.
You see these people walk down the hallway, and they walk right up to you, and they say,
I cast.
They don't say anything. What are you casting?
I cast suggestion.
Okay, there are 3 of them.
Just regular suggestion. I'm gonna cast it on the one that looks like he's in charge.
The one in the front.
And I'm gonna say, you know me. We're long friends.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna have a way to do this subtly.
Ekum bokum, you know me.
I'm convinced.
Make another deception check.
It's not gonna work.
Oh no. That's a 1, Chief.
What's it with your bonus?
Does it matter if it was a 1?
There's no crit fails on ability checks.
Oh, 6.
You cast the spell suggestion, and the suggestion you say is,
You know me. We're longtime friends.
This guy, always a joker.
the one you cast suggestion on, he goes, "Oh, it's you!"
Yeah, man.
And then the other 2 draw their swords.
I don't think all of them remembered me.
Well, we're in deep now, so
I panicked and tried to do something cool. It was not cool.
I'll give you full points for the effort.
Everybody roll initiative.
Oh shit!
Isaac, what did you get?
20, boss.
And Wiz?
10.
Kako?
15.
And Skala?
18.
First up in the initiative order is Isaac. You have 3 cultists standing directly in front of Wiz. 2 of them are brandishing their weapons. The third one looks like he's ready to meet Wiz with a friendly hug.
I am going to cast Flame Blade and buff my sword, and I'm going to go and attack the enemy closest to me that's not been charmed.
You run up to the cultist who has just drawn his sword, standing to the left of Wiz. With your flame blade glowing with fire, you strike at him and roll to attack.
14.
You run up to this cultist and strike your flame blade in his direction, but as he sees you coming, he steps out of the way, and your flame blade catches nothing but air as he readies a counterattack in your direction.
Shit.
Next up is Sukala.
I'm going to cast Magic Missile. You create 3 glowing darts of magical force. Each dart hits a creature of your choice that you see within range. Well, they all take 4 damage.
Well, my spell will probably end as soon as that hits. I want to just get that hug in real quick, and then we can be enemies.
Okay, yeah, you get it's like a awkward half hug before he's smacked in the side by Sukala's magic missile, and he's blown back a little bit, and he looks around confused before reaching for his weapon. Sarge runs into battle behind
Sarge's been with us the whole time?
Yeah.
Wow.
He said nothing when we freed the giant goblin baby.
Sarge runs into battle, pushing past Wiz and taking his stand in front of him between the cultist who just drew his weapon, and with his broadsword swings it in the direction of the cultist who was under Wiz's suggestion and hits for 11 points of damage, and he swings again. But he misses with his second swing. With that, the cultist, he's going to counterattack against Sarge with his scimitar that he just drew and slice it in his direction. He misses and the sword clinks off of Sarge's armor. He swings it for a second time and misses again. The one that you were engaged with, Isaac, prepares his counterattack. He draws his open hand back, begins to chant something in your direction, and as he throws his fist forward, a ray of vile green energy kind of pours out of his hand and smacks against you. He hits you. 10 points of damage. The third cultist is going to disengage and push past all of you and run towards the portcullis, shouting for his friends on the other side. And he reaches for a lever on the wall and pulls it down, and that portcullis begins to slowly rise up. It is Kako's turn.
Can I see the mechanism through which the portcullis is rising?
Yeah, it's a pretty shoddy just rigging of rope and stones. Like when he pulls this lever, it lets some stones down that begin to raise the portcullis up.
Can I throw my javelin at it to try and jam it up?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's a 19.
Yeah, you grab your javelin and hurl it in the direction of this rope that is lowering these rocks. And as you do, it severs these rocks and they let go and begin to fall onto the man who just pulled the lever. And he's going to make a save. He fails and takes... Oh my god. 15 points of damage from falling rock, and he is knocked prone. The portcullis has stopped raising. You can see the two other cultists trying to lift it up, but it's quite heavy as it's made of sticks and steel.
Awesome. I'm going to take the rest of my turn to just kind of like navigate to the portcullis.
Yeah, you make your way around the pool and over towards the portcullis. Wiz, you are up.
I wasn't expecting to go so soon.
You are last in the initiative order.
Still, it's too soon. I'm going to turn around and cast Gust of Wind at the portcullis. I'm going to try to blow these motherfuckers all the way back down the hallway. Strength saving throw, or be pushed back 15 feet.
What's the spell save DC?
15.
Nope. And yes, so one success.
Isn't there 3 of them? The guy that's marked prone? Just push him.
Yeah, he's not going to roll for anything. He's just pushed against the wall.
Yeah.
He has paperweights on him.
He just kind of rolls as he's knocked prone.
Well, isn't the portcullis open a little bit?
No, it fell back down when Kako knocked the stones.
Oh, okay, so he's just going to push against it right now?
Yeah. As you cast this spell, you see one of these guards on the outside of the portcullis kind of lift off the ground and fly backwards, tumbling down the short hill on the outside of this cave entrance.
See you later, losers. And I'm going to move over behind Kako.
I'm going to take my sword and plunge it into the ground and start chanting and use Word of Radiance. You utter a divine word and burning radiance erupts from you. Each creature of your choice that you can see within range must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or take 1d6 radiant damage. So I'm just targeting the 2 that are nearest to me.
Sure. Constitution. Nope. And nope, they both fail.
Well, that's not great. They both take 3 radiant damage.
Yeah, you begin to pray towards your celestial god, and radiant light pours around you and singes these cultists, who kind of look concerned that this radiance just opened up from the sky and fell down upon them. They take 3 damage.
That was very underwhelming.
I cast Some Guy's Earthen Grasp. So I choose a 5-foot square unoccupied space on the ground that I can see. A medium hand made from compacted soil rises there and reaches for one creature within 5 feet of it. He must make a strength save.
He passes. Yeah, this hand sprouts out of the earth and reaches towards this cultist. He hears the ground rumbling from behind him, and as he turns around to see this giant fist reach out of the ground, he manages to step out of the way.
Damn.
All right, Sarge is back up. Does that hand do anything else, or is it just...
He just hangs out there.
Okay.
I'm just imagining it like whiffing and then it gives you a big thumbs up.
It's like, I did it!
You didn't, honey, but that's okay. We'll try again.
And Sarge, having just seen this man distracted, goes to attack him with his broadsword. He hits with his first attack and redoubles for his second, but he manages to whiff his second attack. He deals 6 points of damage. Having just seen you try to grab him with earth, he's going to turn his direction towards you, and he is going to cast Chill Touch in your direction. Oh, yeah, that's a hit. You take 8 points of damage from Chill Touch as you feel like your life drain out of you as this ghostly apparition of a hand grasps at your shoulder. Oh, wait.
Those hit points cannot be regained.
That was a critical.
Until your next turn.
Oh.
Another 9 points.
You know, any other wizard would be dead right now. Put it all in Constitution, baby.
The cultist who previously cast Ray of Sickness in your direction, Isaac, draws his short sword and swings it in your direction. He misses as he swings it, though.
Bitch.
The cultist who was previously crushed by the rocks is going to spend his turn standing up and finding
No, the wind's still blowing.
It's still blowing, so he has to make a strength check.
Still blowing that wind.
Yeah, he is not able to pull himself up. Every time you see him, like, lift himself off the ground,
Get
the
back
wind
in the dirt.
blows him back again, and he's like just rolling against this thing. He's like, I'm gonna puke as he's like being twirled over and over again.
Jeez, now Wiz really feels bad about this, honestly.
Rolling.
Oh no. rolling.
Hey, we can't sing that. That's copyright.
Damn it.
Kako, you're up. Save us from the copyright strike.
Copyright.
Tumble.
I'm gonna throw my hand axe at the dude that's prone on the ground over there,
Sure, you're gonna have advantage because he's still prone.
and cast Hail of Thorns.
Okay.
Oh,
That 20.
Wow.
So not only is your hand axe going to hit, he's not going to be able to dodge out of the way because he's knocked prone and being thrown around.
Awesome.
You're just throwing all your weapons. Like, you could go over there and, axe them.
I could, but this way I get to use spells.
Yeah, then the wind would, get in your way, too.
Okay. 6 altogether for that, and then now I'm rolling the Hail of Thorns damage, so that's 16 damage altogether. And now my hatchet is in this boy's head.
It's not in his head.
Oh.
They'd be dead if that were the case. He is not dead. You throw this hatchet across the battlefield, and as you do, your thorns rain from the sky, and it catches him in the side, and you can see him rolling, and this axe just kind of clunk, and it falls out, and it gets blown up against the portcullis, and his blood is flying out of his wounds as it spatters onto the
I'm gonna,
portcullis.
as a free action, can I drop my thing so there's not blood spraying out everywhere now?
I mean, it's not spraying in your direction. It's just spraying outside into the cave entranceway.
I don't like it.
Yeah, you drop this spell, and he eventually finally comes to a stop from his roll, and is kind of just splayed out on the ground, kind of dizzy.
Okay, and then with the rest
I
of
just
my
invented roller coasters, but with much more blood and a lot more fun.
with the rest of my turn, I'm going to run up to where my javelin is in the wall. Can I pull it out?
Yeah,
or
you
do I-
grab it. Yeah, it didn't stick into the stone. It just it cut the rope, hit the wall, and then fell to the ground.
Okay, I'm going to pick up my javelin then.
Ta-da! It's me, everybody's favorite floaty boy. I'm gonna cast Lightning Bolt.
Oh, jeez.
The power of God is in this little boy's hands.
Okay, you're casting lightning bolt at the two who are engaged with Sarge and Isaac.
I'm gonna empower it.
I'm more interested where you're aiming this.
Yeah, me too, because that's going to be important.
Does Isaac have another lightning bolt coming right at him?
For the audience, I am standing in a parallel line to two enemies, and Sarge is precariously trying to shift his dick in between them.
You position yourself on the opposite side of the small pool of water here in the cave and ready your lightning bolt, and it cracks across this pond, and I need to know what kind of save I have to make. And
It is a dexterity save. Let me know when you're ready for this shit. It's about to get spicy.
That's 2 fails.
That's
Shocking.
10, 16, 20, 22,
Oh, goodness.
32. 35, 40 damage.
Yeah, you crack this lightning bolt across this pond, and as it connects with the two cultists, you hear them scream for about half of a second before you hear a pop, and then they drop to the ground almost immediately, still twitching with electricity, but totally immobile and dead.
I'm so proud of you.
What the
Out of character?
Yeah.
And as you crack this lightning bolt across this pond, it arcs against the water and connects to stalactites hanging off the top of the ceiling. And electricity begins to funnel in almost every direction of this damp cave. And I need everyone to make dexterity saves.
No!
Hey, can I do my bonus action real quick?
Good.
What's your bonus action?
Mantle of Inspiration.
Yeah.
I'm going to cast Mantle of Inspiration, and everybody will get 8 temporary hit points. As well, you can use an action right now as a reaction and move your speed without provoking any opportunity attack.
I don't think that's going to help us here, but...
I mean, I don't know that they can outrun lightning, though. Because this is all happening at the same time.
I'm resistant to lightning damage, by the way.
Okay, yeah.
This affects me literally 0.
Yeah, I'm going to say you guys can't outrun lightning.
This is going to hurt real bad.
You have 8 temporary hit points now, though.
This is going to hurt real bad.
I got a 13.
9.
And with
3, but I'm resistant.
you're resistant but not immune, so resistant means you take half damage. How much damage did you roll?
40.
I'm gonna say because it's spread around this cave, it's dissipated a little bit, so it's gonna be half of that. So it's gonna be 20 points of damage for anyone standing in the cave. I gotta roll for Sarge. Sarge fails, and the guy who's prone
Cool.
already fails.
Holy fuck, that hurt.
So this electricity pours through this room and crackles off of every wet edge of this cave before it finally connects with each of you one after another. And you're each taking damage from this lightning bolt. But by the time static falls from your hair and the smoke clears from this room, all your opponents are dead. The two cultists outside of the cave entrance watch this storm of electricity form and run into the woods, disappearing from your view.
Damn.
Honestly, my bad. Can I just throw that out there, guys? I'm a little rusty on storm magic.
I mean, I'm impressed, but ow.
My poor mud hand is just sitting there. He never got to do anything.
He got hit by electricity too.
Oh, by mud
He's
hand,
probably
he
just
did.
like exploded, leaving a puddle of mud against the walls.
Bless his poor little muddy heart.
The brackish pool of liquid has also kind of exploded and disintegrated from the energy that has flown through this room, leaving a very shallow pool now where you can see that skeleton fully exposed.
Well, can somebody cover that up? It's like he's kind of naked.
Oh my god.
He's actually not. This skeleton is wearing what might have been robes at one point. A lot of the cloth has been eaten away by the water.
Oh, but not like the stoner boys, like sticks and branches.
No, he's wearing a robe.
This isn't a swamp person. It was something else.
I would like to search the skeleton.
Sukala, you walk up to this skeleton and you begin to rifle through its pockets, and its pockets are filled with rocks. And his hands are bound. Murder. But on his bound hands, you do see a ring on one of his fingers. It's just a simple gold band.
I take it.
Yeah, you pop the
It's
ring
mine.
off his fingers. Just
My
judging it.
precious.
You'd probably guess it was worth 75 gold.
You took a poor man's wedding band?
He doesn't need it. He did.
Anyway, I'm gonna heal everybody with Healing Word. Sorry. Everybody gained 16 points of damage. I'm just singing a little song about how much I'm really sorry about shooting you with lightning. Love you. And then I blow a kiss.
As you blow a kiss in the direction of everyone and their wounds are washed away, you can hear yelling coming from the northern passage, and you hear someone
time to
yell.
go.
You hear them yell, "Pull the boards back, we have intruders! Ready yourselves! The ceremony must not be interrupted!"
Yeah, Isaac runs towards this entrance.
Yeah, you run towards the entrance. You hear the sound of scraping coming from this, and then silence.
The eastern cavern was a really short one, right?
Yes, that was the one where your friends just came from. The friends you murdered.
I'm gonna just quickly run up those stairs and see what's in the room up there.
Yeah, you head up this stairs. This looks to be some kind of gathering place. You can see a lot of tables with different dishes of food. Some have cards and coins splayed across them. You can see more crates of supplies and food. It appears to be just some kind of gathering room.
But no people.
No more people.
Okay, then I'm gonna run back.
Isaac is running towards the direction of the voices.
I'm gonna follow Isaac apologetically.
Yeah, you guys run up this cave tunnel. There's no water running from this area. It appears that this is a pretty dry area. But your footsteps echo louder than you have ever heard in this cave as you guys ascend this cave tunnel. At the top of this cave is a big open room that has almost no floor. It just drops into darkness. And there are 3 pillars, each about 15 feet apart, that create platforms. You can see 2 different cave tunnels going further down on the opposite end of these raised platforms. And one of them heads higher up into darkness, and the other one you can see lights coming from that direction. You can see scratch marks on the stone that would imply that there were once platforms here, but it appears they have been removed.
And there's nobody here?
There's nobody in this room.
I'm going to go up to the dark hallway.
So you said there was one dark hallway and one lit hallway?
Yes.
Okay.
You're on, like, the edge of a sheer drop into nothing.
Oh.
And then there are, like, 3 stone pillars, each about 15 feet apart, that stretch across this.
Yeah.
How big are these platforms? Like
10 feet, maybe?
Okay. I want to try to hopscotch across to the lit side.
Hopscotch. Is that a spell?
Well, like jumping from one to the other.
Let me look up jumping 5e real quick, because it's a 15-foot jump.
I mean, it would be a running jump.
I can also cast jump on him and make his jump distance 3 times longer.
Okay, with a running start, you can jump 14 feet.
God damn it.
Okay. I can also cast jump on him and make it, like, easy peasy.
How many times?
Yeah, but how the rest of you going to get across?
What if we hand you a rope and you tie it off to something?
But then how are they going to get across?
We climb it.
They're anchoring the rope. How does that work?
Well, no, you jump across, anchor the rope over there.
While they're arguing, I cast gaseous form on myself and turn myself into a cloud of mist and just start slowly floating over.
Yeah, you snap your fingers and turn into gas.
I'm just a little cloud. I can move. It's a movement speed of 10, so I'm assuming just real slowly, just a little cloud just dooting over the cavern. I'm not even going to tell them that I'm doing it. I've just gone.
Yeah,
I notice
Isaac is
it
kinda
and I
awestruck.
cast Misty Step and I just appear over there.
I'm sorry, there's 3 platforms, and then there's a
She wasn't here for any of the stuff. She has no idea what's
there's a
happening.
tunnel
Yeah, I
that
appear
goes
over there.
upwards, and then a tunnel that
No,
that
I
goes straight.
appear over there.
You snap your fingers and you disappear, and you move like 2 feet to the left. No, where do you want to go?
I've Misty stepped to the doorway with light.
So, Isaac, I'm going to cast jump on you. It extends your jump range by 3 times. I'm going to hand you one into the rope, and then you're going to hold it while I just fucking swing over there.
Isaac, what's your strength out of character? I'm not talking to you, so what's your strength? This seems like a
How
bad
heavy
idea.
are you, my guy?
I'm a pretty lean dude, you know, probably like $150.
Look, how about you anchor one end of the rope to this side? I'll anchor another end to that side.
Is there anything I can anchor this rope on?
Yeah, there's plenty of
Either
sharp
you have
rocks.
climbing gear, like an explorer's pack
Oh,
comes
I
with
do
them.
actually have pittance.
There you
Yeah,
go.
that would make this way more safer.
Okay, I'm going to pitten down one end of the rope and then cast jump on Isaac.
The little cloud turns. You can't see it. It doesn't have a face, but you know it's watching you.
I'm still awestruck that you can do that.
Okay, before you start jumping, Wiz, you are standing in the entryway to this well-lit room, and as you look in, you can see a large cavern filled with beds. It's well lit, there are torches on every wall, but you don't see any people. Make a perception check.
24?
Yeah, and as you look over this room, you see a kind of an overlook about 30, 40 feet in the air with a guard who is standing up on that platform. There's a tunnel behind him, and he has an arrow drawn and pointed in your direction, and he has seen you.
Hey,
He's just waiting.
I'm gonna play a song
Yeah, you begin strumming.
using a feature.
Okay.
I'm casting enthralling performance. So I'm performing to all chosen humanoids within 60 feet. They must make a wisdom saving throw against my spell save DC or be charmed. I'm serenading him, and I have thus named him Rapunzel.
I don't like how many dice he's rolling.
No, I'm very uncomfortable.
Yeah, the man up on the balcony is charmed by your performance.
What about the men that you are not seeing on the balcony? I'm a ball of gas. I say nothing.
So, how many people just heard my song? I rolled a 24 for perception, Mike. Come on.
You don't see anybody else.
Oh, good.
This is entrapment.
So I should have really been listening to how many dice he just rolled right there. But audience, if you listen back, count how many times. So that's how many times I'm fucked. -1 because this guy loves me. But I've serenaded him, and she is now charmed by my dashing good looks. Well, Wiz isn't that bright. All right, guys, I got this guy over here charmed. It's all good if you want to come over.
I do not think it is all good.
All right, let's resolve this jump, Isaac.
I cast jump.
I jump.
With the jump spell, you're pretty much able to make it across no problem. Which tunnel are you heading towards?
Where Wiz is, the lit one.
Okay, yeah, you head over to the lit tunnel and stand by Wiz.
And I anchor the other end of the rope.
He attaches a pitten to the wall, and with a clunk, you hear it grip into the stone, and it's a pretty tight hold.
I asked Rapunzel to let down her hair, and I genuinely would like him to toss down some rope so we can climb up to where he's at.
He lets loose his arrow and puts it away, and he goes to grab a ladder that he lowers down.
Nice.
So, just to clarify, this guy isn't like right above Wiz. He's like in the room.
About 30, 40 feet into this room, and about 30, 40 feet up.
Okay. Kako is going to wrap a belt around, shimmy across.
And with the belt wrapped around you, you're able to just shimmy across this pit very easily, thanks to your friends already being on the other side.
Okay.
I'm giving out bardic inspiration right now to all 3 of you. Each get 1. Go nuts.
What does that mean?
It's 1d6. You can use it for literally anything.
Oh.
It might help. It might not. Who knows?
I float my little cloud self over.
Which tunnel are you going towards?
Where are the jumpy boys?
Everyone else is at the well-lit tunnel.
What are the other tunnels? There's only one
There's
other one?
one other one. It's a dark tunnel that leads upwards.
I'll go explore that one.
It probably just leads up top, and we just got. I mean, actually don't know where it leads to, but.
Well, I can be a cloud for an hour, so let's take advantage of it.
Oh,
So you're going to float up the tunnel in cloud form?
Just to see.
You,
it's not suspicious or anything.
You slowly fog your way up this tunnel, and it looks like it would...
Oh, everything on me also turns into the cloud.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
No.
She is the cloud.
I could have turned you and your guitar thing into a cloud.
You fog your way up this tunnel and slowly make your way up. And you could tell that this would be a pretty rough climb if you were climbing it. Because you're a cloud and you're just kind of floating up, it's pretty easy. It goes up probably about 60 feet before you emerge at the top of this overlook. And you can see into the room that everyone else is standing in the entrance of.
Oh.
You can see Rapunzel, as he has been nicknamed, who is currently lowering a ladder down into the room. And then standing hidden behind the walls of this cave entrance are 8 more guards, waiting, ready to attack.
Is there like a ledge or anything kind of close to them where I could get close, but not very, very close?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, this room is a pretty flat room filled with beds. The only ledge is the one you're standing on.
What are you guys gonna do? I did my thing.
I don't know what you're talking about.
There's no major threat down here. We're just waiting for the ladder to come down.
The ladder's down now.
All right, cool. Well, let's head up and meet my new friend.
Okay, we enter the room.
Is there any goods in this room, by the way?
It's mostly just beds. You can see footlockers at the edge of each of these beds, but this appears to mainly be like a large rest area.
Oh, okay. I'm not gonna be a cloud anymore. I'm gonna be up on the ledge. It's me. Hey, you guys know there are 8 other guys up here, right?
Yeah, before you enter the room, Sukala reappears and you see her reform. And the guard you're standing next to is spooked by you just reappearing in front of him, and he stumbles back and falls.
Oh, my Rapunzel?
Rapunzel falls from the top
try to
of this
catch him.
ledge. As you run into this room and are immediately surrounded, as you watch Rapunzel fall, and you hear a snap as he falls on one of the beds. And goes limp.
Damn it.
There are 4 swords currently drawn in your direction. The other 4 are kind of looking around, confused, and as your music stops playing, they reach to grab for their weapons.
I tried.
I I'm sure we can work this out reasonably. And I kind of like hold my hands up like I'm no threat.
Okay.
I mean you no harm. I come from a faraway land, and I was sent here by...
Quiet! I care not for your stories.
I was sent by the Lord of Stone.
He who speaks to the dark mentioned nothing of you. And he kind of jabs his sword in your direction. You feel it press against you.
He wouldn't mention anything of me because I am a secret messenger, and I'm here to overlook your performance, and this is your monthly review.
I really want to give you some of this stuff, but...
This place is not up to code. I'm gonna have to arrest all of you.
The more you continue to try and spin this lie, the worse it gets. They're not gonna buy this. I'm sorry.
That's a major violation.
I give up.
Do you want to try that lie a little differently?
No, that's what Wiz would do. Why correct perfection when you already have it?
Hey everyone, it's your friendly Dungeon Master Mike here. Welcome to another exciting installment of the Bounty Board. Couple of quick things we want to get out of the way. First up, I want to apologize for some inconsistent audio in this episode. There's some parts where it's echoey due to levels being too low during the recording. I'm still getting used to this whole producer/DM role, so I'm going to do my best to try and avoid that issue in the future. It shouldn't be an issue in the next episode because I think I caught it early enough. So just stick with us and hopefully it'll get better soon. The second thing is we'd love it if you follow us on Twitter and tweet about us using the hashtag TroublePod. We'd really appreciate it. We're still trying to work on some ways to get some audience interaction into the show. So if you have any ideas, let us know by tweeting at us. We'd also love it if you could leave us a review on iTunes. We don't pay for any kind of advertising for the show, so anything you guys could do to help really helps us grow, and we appreciate it. And as always, our theme music is the track Light Years From Home by the wonderful artist Andromeda. Feel free to check them out at andromeda.bandcamp.com. They're really awesome, and we really appreciate them, as always. So let's get back to the show. Yeah, so let's roll initiative real quick.
Got a 6.
15.
20.
Christ. 10. All right, Sukala, you are up first. You're standing over the platform. You just watched Rapunzel fall to his death. You see, as you look down in the room, Wiz, having not taken your warning to heart, rushes into the room and is immediately surrounded by 4 of these wildling guards, as 4 more of them create a barricade between Wiz and Kako and Isaac.
Out of character, Wiz, Allie, you got a good dexterity?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I cast Grease, centered right on Wiz. So slick grease covers the ground in a 10-foot square centered on that point and turns it into difficult terrain. Everyone in that 10-foot area, so like all the 4 surrounding Wiz and Wiz, needs to make a dex save. Has to beat a 15.
Oh, yeah. 16.
You said it so confidently, but that wasn't like a very big number
Well, I was looking at my constitution, not my dexterity.
Oh, so when I asked you if you had a good dex, you're like, yeah, my constitution is amazing.
Pretty much.
You got lucky.
Not the sharpest tool in the tent.
That's 2 fails and 2 passes.
So the 2 failed ones are knocked prone.
Okay, yeah.
Also, anyone who enters the area or ends their turn there has to make a dex save. So if they don't move, they have to make it. And if anyone enters, they have to make it.
Wiz. So the 2 that are standing are going to immediately rebuke this entry into the room and swing their swords in your direction.
Bullet time.
I don't know if it's the grease on the ground, but as they swing these swords, you are able to slide away and manage to miss both of their attacks against you. And they try to correct themselves so that they don't slip onto the ground.
I'm not even moving. I'm just sliding, like T-posed, just across the ground.
I'd recommend you make sure you move because I just thought of another really good thing
It's
to do.
not my turn yet, but
I know,
will move.
when you get to it.
One of them manages to correct his footing and stays up, but the other one slips in the grease and falls onto the ground and is prone. The 2 that are laying in the ground are going to attempt to pull themselves up. They both are able to get themselves up.
No!
They didn't get to act this round because they were enthralled by the spell, so
I'm going to approach the wall of people that's in front of us, and I'm going to use Word of Radiance. I'm targeting everybody. They all need to make Constitution saves.
Yep. Nope. Nope. And nope.
11 damage. The one that saves, though, I'm also going to add my Radiant Soul damage bonus, so it's +5 on top of that.
You once again empower your sword with this radiant energy, and as it rains down from the cave ceiling above you, these cultists are burned by this radiant light, and you can hear them scream as if this light is something they're averse to.
You guys can't see it, but I'm bobbing my head back and forth in joy.
I think I'm just gonna go up and smack a bitch. My hand axe. It's a 21.
You run up and just like smack your hand axe into the side of this cultist, and he lets out a ow as you hit him with the axe.
It's a 6 damage.
Take that, you fiend!
Villain.
Sarge runs up from behind you guys, having just made his way across the cavern, and he begins.
He's not really a talker today, is he?
He's
focused.
I prefer action over words.
Sure.
Mission
Whatever you say, man.
And he runs up to one of the cultists, the one right in front of Isaac, and he shoves him. He pushes this cultist back into the grease.
I'm going to cast Ice Storm at 5th level on my point location and use Heart of the Storm feature and a power. So it's a lot to take in, but Ice Storm is 4th level evocation. A hail of rock hard ice pounds the ground in a 20-foot radius. 40-foot high cylinder centered on a point within range. Each creature in the cylinder must make a dexterity saving throw. A creature takes 2d8 bludgeoning damage and 4d6 cold damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one. Hailstones turn the storm's area of effect into difficult terrain until the end of the next turn.
What's that, 5 dexterity saves?
That's everybody in the grease. With the Heart of the Storm feature, I gain resistance to the damage. Additionally, choose any creatures 10 feet around me while casting first level or higher spell, and they take 4 lightning and thunder damage.
So 1, fail. 2, fail. 3, success. 4, fail. And fail. So 1 success. So the guy in the middle who just got shoved in by Sarge manages to keep his footing and dodge out of the way of most of your attack.
Alright, here we go. Wait, empowered is...
You can spend 1 sorcery point to reroll a number of the damage dice up to your charisma modifier. You must use the new rolls.
Oh, at least it's a little better. So everybody that failed is going to take 16 bludgeoning damage and then 14 cold damage.
And then 4 lightning.
4. So everybody takes 34. Except for that one guy, he takes
19.
17. What?
30 halved?
30 halved is not 19.
Oh, I was
15
dividing.
plus
I was
4.
dividing the 4 as well. I'm sorry.
Yeah, how do you want to end these guys?
I just want the air to kind of like spin around me as I levitate off the ground in this heart of the storm. And I almost kind of want, I just want like a cloud of ice to wash over these guys. And when everything dissipates, everybody's just lying on the ground.
You kick up a swirl of frost and fog that swirls around you and envelops the entire group of people around you. The rest of you see lightning bolts strike out from the center of this room. And as the fog dissipates with a mighty whoosh, everyone except for Wiz is lying on the ground. And I need you to make your save too.
I saved.
The only one still standing is the one that Sarge pushed into the grease. And he is like shivering and barely holding on to any life as he's seeing some shit.
I'm going to float back down to the ground and I'm going to say, you and your people need to leave here and never harm anybody again in the name of the Lord of Stone, or else this will happen to all of you.
Yeah, okay, I'll leave.
Yeah, cool. That was easy.
Yeah, he runs off. There's another cave tunnel out the back.
Oh god, no, I shouldn't have done that.
I'm still like kind of awestruck at this fucking display of power that was just thrust in front of us.
How come he can say thrust?
Because he doesn't make it
doesn't
weird.
say it constantly.
There's nothing sexual about I'm going to thrust at this guy.
You decide,
Listening audience, text in right now and let us know if we should kick Mike out of the group.
That's
gonna put-
1-800-555-THRUST.
That's too many numbers.
We're gonna put up a poll on Tabletop Trouble tonight on Twitter.
Tell us how you
Should
feel about
our DM be
thrust.
kicked out of the group. You decide. Popular majority votes does not win because this is America, and we're gonna do it just by how we say.
Okay, what are you doing, Isaac?
I'm gonna call out to them and point my sword at Wiz. Do you guys really want to lose your lives to this?
Make an intimidation check. Give him an assist, Wiz, with a d6. We're going to add a d6 plus your charisma onto his roll.
My D6 plus my charisma
Yep.
plus
21.
9.
Oh, wow. Yeah, with 30 points, these cultists are shaking in their boots, and they drop their weapons in front of you.
How many of them peed themselves?
All of them. There's a puddle of frozen pee underneath every single one of these guys.
No,
That's now difficult terrain.
It is, yeah. Roll to not slip in urine. They run the other direction towards the back entrance where you guys came up. And Sarge looks at you guys, specifically to Isaac and Wiz, and says, "Are you sure it was a good idea to let them go?
There's not really a reason to kill him, though.
But they took our people. I'm not saying that I'm against the idea. I just hope that this show of mercy does not come back to bite us."
I'll take responsibility for the consequences if it does.
He nods.
Oh, I mean, I'll also take some responsibility, I guess.
Yes, but I don't think you can be held responsible for anything.
That's true. I can't be shackled by the chains of this mortal plane.
Also, legally, I think they might just dismiss it. Look at this person. They're
Because
clearly
I'm
crazy.
a legal alien from a different material plane. I'm not illegal, by the way. I definitely probably have documentation.
You have your green card.
You gave me papers. He pulls out the paper he carries all of your papers in his house. He pulls it out.
Sure.
It's like a doodle of your face, and it says, "Not illegal."
I did.
I have a
I did
permit.
give you those.
I shout
sure
from my
did.
ledge.
Everything checks out here. Look at this legitimate seal that is drawn in
Is
crayon.
it wait, can they actually see it, or is it masked by the deception
Is
I
it a
put on
portrait of Seal?
Did you actually cast deception on this?
Mike, we're coming up with this. Go on.
Yeah,
Play
your
the fuck
magic.
along.
You've cast an illusion on this document,
Yeah.
but it's starting to fade as more and more people are starting to question this document that you've handed him. So you can see the cracks in the facade start to show.
I cast
through.
minor illusion again to repair it.
Everyone hears you casting minor illusion to repair this. Sarge looks at it and he says, "It's not important. We're not in the kingdom of Allura anymore. We don't need to worry about papers. We need to worry about saving our people. If you prefer to stay here, I will go without you."
What other entrances are there in this hall?
There's only one. It's another winding, upwards path.
Okay. Kako goes up the winding upwards path.
Yeah, you follow
I've-
after Sarge, who has disappeared into darkness.
I begin to float. Oh, I can't float today. Hold on, I'll just walk. Oh, God. Oh, my God. I have to walk up these stairs. All right, I'm following.
Yeah, I'm going to kind
Fine.
of keep my distance from Wiz because I'm really intimidated by you now.
As you guys walk up this path, it's the longest path out of all the ones you've been up, but as you approach the top, you feel the mountain air begin to brush against your skin as you walk into a large open room that is kind of like a cave overlook. It's still covered by stone in the top, but it looks out over the forest beyond the swamp. And you can see a light fog rolling in from this opening. And as you look around this room, you can see it's been turned into a place of worship. You can see pews lined up and a altar at the back. And then lining the sides of these rooms are various stone statues of people who have been turned to stone by whatever is changing people in the swamp.
Do we recognize any of the statues?
No. As you look them over, though, they appear to be traveling merchants, miners, people who do work in the woods or the swamp, presumably people who were kidnapped.
Sukala, did you know any of these people?
You recognize a couple faces from the town of Bogsbottom. There are a couple just citizens of the village, no one of note.
She was pretty nice. Never called me a evil witch or monster or anything. He, though, he came to see me for lots of quote-unquote love cures. You understand, Wiz. You're a bard. You understand.
I literally understand nothing 100% of the time.
And then on the back wall up near the altar, you can see a series of cages. All of them look to be empty except for one, which has a figure who's obscured currently by the brightness of the outside cave that's kind of pouring in.
Approach the figure.
You walk up and you can see Sarge standing next to this cage looking in. And as you get closer, it's a human, but it's not. It's covered in pus and black slime, and as you look it over, it's almost as if its features are melting away as it is turning into this black slime.
Gross.
That doesn't look sanitary. Isn't that what we found by the road?
I hold my arm concerned.
Your arm begins to kind of itch underneath your bracer.
Sir or ma'am, can you hear me?
It turns to you and notices your voice, but it kind of stares at you blankly, and it opens its mouth and lets out a guttural.
Okay, I stab it in the throat with javelin.
You stab this thing in the throat, and it falls to the ground dead. As it slumps into a pile, you can see the ooze kind of still feeding off the corpse.
I'm gonna kind of like shake off my javelin a little bit.
Sarge looks at you, Kako, and he looks at this corpse. God, what is happening?
I don't know. If you turn into black flesh monster, I will kill you too. It's okay.
I would prefer to be dead than turned into anything like that.
Yes, that's why I will kill you.
All right, so everybody have black sludge partner, like a safety buddy. If you get turned to black sludge, the other one has to kill you.
I step away from the group.
Kako, as you look around this room, you see on the top of the altar is a makeshift crown.
Oh, sweet. I pick it up. Is this the goblin crown?
It's kind of shitty as you look at it. It's very shiny, but it's also like got bits of rust and the patina has long fallen off of it. Whatever gemstones were socketed into this thing have long since been picked out of it.
But he loves it so much.
Is that His Majesty's crown?
I think so.
Well, we should pick it up and return it to him.
Could one of us just run back real quick and hand this off to him?
That's a pretty far distance.
I put the crown in my little bag. Actually, I put it on my head.
Okay.
And then
It doesn't fit very snug. It's kind of wobbly because it's very dented. And
I'm gonna take my little headband and I'm gonna
His Majesty
wrap it like around my
do no
chin
harm.
and the crown so that it stays firm. Okay.
yeah, you tie your crown into place.
Yeah.
Like a birthday hat at Chuck E. Cheese's?
Exactly like a birthday hat at Chuck E. Cheese's.
You hear a scream come from the direction of the opening of this cave.
Do we recognize the scream?
You do. It sounds like Delilah.
Oh, that's not how she sings the song.
Run towards the scream.
I'm concerned for her, but should we rush in at like this moment? I kind of feel like we need to take a short rest.
It kind of sounds like somebody's getting murdered.
No,
you want to take a break for 15?
My flaw is I'm unreliable and lazy, so
I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sprinting.
fine. I'll
screen.
walk faster since I can't float.
Yeah, you guys run out to the opening of this cave mouth, and you are looking over a large field, and in this field are about 40 cultists. And spattered amongst these cultists are more of these statues. And you can see a cultist wearing ceremonial armor and a large crown made out of antlers, standing at the front as he grabs on to Delilah's wrist and drags her into a thick fog.
Oh, hey there! No, you can't take our friend.
Could I conceivably throw a javelin at this guy?
I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast.
You should probably aim for the one that's dragging Delilah away.
No, yeah, I am. Fire both bolts at him.
Before you do, you hear Delilah yelling at this man and says, "Why are you doing this? I told you where everyone was."
Oh.
Wow.
Fuck this bitch.
You know
I
what?
don't know, maybe she was tortured.
I'm never going to finish writing that song now. She doesn't deserve it. But, I mean, we should still kind of, like, save her life.
Are there any more of our people out there that we can see?
No.
No.
Well, they're probably where she is being taken.
Isaac's going to ready his hand and channel light into it and focus and then fire off 2 bolts. So the first one is a 24.
Yes?
The second one is a 13.
No.
1 point of damage.
Yeah, you fire this eldritch spear across the
Now you
the
understand my pain.
fog. It hurls over the group cultists, and you can kind of see them look back as they hear the crack of this eldritch blast fly over their heads. And as it collides into your target, it hits him, but he's not really fazed by this assault. And he points his finger back in your direction and yells to his fellow cultists, "Stop them! The Lord of Stone is here and cannot be stopped." And as he says that, you feel the ground beneath your feet shake, and then nothing, and then shake, and then nothing, as this fog moves closer and closer towards. And you feel the ground shake again. And then Delilah and the cult leader are lost in the fog.
Damn it.
And then you hear a voice boom from the center of this fog. And it says,
"Threat, I am here to stop you. You will feel pain. No cure."
and then you hear Delilah scream as she runs out of the fog and back towards the cultists. And you hear that boom and the shake as the ground moves. And as the fog rolls back, you see the cult leader frozen in stone. And the other cultists begin to panic and disperse into the woods.
Where'd Delilah run to?
She's running back towards the direction of the caves, back in your direction.
Okay.
There's a small footpath that leads down to the right that kind of winds down the side of this cave and into this field.
I'm gonna go meet her as she's running back, and as soon as I meet her, I'm gonna slap her.
Yeah, she like runs to you, seeing that like you're her friend, like you've been nice to her every time she's seen you, and she's gonna run to you for comfort. And as she runs up to you, you strike her across the face, and she looks pissed, and she like shoots daggers from her eyes back in your direction.
Pew pew. I know we've had a hard day, but it seems like everybody else that you ratted out is having a harder day, and that's not chill with me anymore.
You don't understand. They cornered me. They were threatening me. I had to do what I had to do to survive.
That may be the case, but you can't rat out your friends, man. That's just not cool.
At the end of the day, I need to make sure I'm okay. I'm sure you understand that. We're all on the run here.
I don't necessarily understand, nor do I feel the need to in this situation where there's a giant monster turning people to stone.
Well, then I don't need to explain myself to you.
Delilah, just tell us quickly what they're looking for and why they're doing it.
They're crazy. They're talking about some sort of plague that is spreading through the area. They believe that sacrificing people to that thing to turn them to stone will quell this outbreak.
What is that thing?
I didn't get a good look at it. It had large, glowing eyes. It looked like a giant bear.
Would I potentially have any idea what that might be?
No, this sounds like nonsense to you.
Yeah, where are the rest of the people?
They took them before me. I think you'll find their statues out there somewhere.
All right, Delia, you have been tremendously unhelpful. Rotten hell, I guess.
Captain Man, do you have, like, the manacles?
I don't, but I think I saw some in the supplies when we were coming in.
Okay, do you want to take custody of the lady?
I will.
Good.
You may not think you deserve to face justice, but what you did, you betrayed the caravan, probably forsook us all. You will pay for your crimes. She silently follows after him.
Isaac kind of watches with a sad stare and just shakes his head.
I'm gonna go all the way down to the field. Do I recognize any of the statues down there?
Yeah, you can see spattered amongst these statues that you don't recognize a couple of members of the caravan. Not anyone you interacted with, but just faces you're familiar with.
So is there anybody that's, like, unaccounted for?
There's one person who's unaccounted for who you didn't see back at the caravan or in these statues here. And that is like
The nervous guy, right?
Chester.
Chester?
Yes.
How badly do we like the Chester man?
No man left behind.
I don't know who that is, so I don't particularly care.
I think I only talked to him once, and I mean, I thought he was pretty chill.
I guess if we wanted, you could just go fly, follow the monster, while the rest of us hunt down Chester.
I do not volunteer to find Chester.
Kako and Isaac, you are heading to deliver the crown. You guys head back into the cultist cave, and it's pretty much cleared out. You don't see any more people. So you guys push back through the sleeping areas till you arrive at the gatehouse area with the pool with the skeleton in the center of it. You know that Tuck is waiting for you back in the room that you broke into with Sukala's magic. But you first head in the direction where the guards first came out of, towards that living space.
Were there any other entrances that we skipped?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I guess Chester just isn't here. We go back to Tuck.
Yeah, you guys push your way back towards...
I take off the crown before we enter the room.
And you see Tuck, he is still snoring, laid out on the ground. He's got like a hand on his lap and the other one over his head as a like makeshift pillow. And he's snoring, and as you walk in, he like lifts up his leg and lets out a fart.
I love him.
I slap him again.
You walk up and you slap him. It doesn't ring nearly as loud because he's mostly dried off at this point. Oh, you slapped Tuck again.
Yes.
Oh, you back. You find big shiny crown.
Well, I found a crown.
His eyes like light up. You find shiny.
Yes.
He takes it and he puts it on his head. Tuck, be king of goblins again.
Yes, king of all goblins. Tuck, will you collect goblins and reconvene with us at our campsite?
Yes. Tuck, make haste. Tuck, fast runner.
Okay. We are hunting enormous, scary monster that may or may not be Big Bear.
You hunt Teddy.
What?
Huh?
Is this a creature you are familiar with?
Record scratch. Excuse me.
Yes. Bear, show up. Bear, turn goblin to stone. Goblins have sickness.
Okay. Is he a thing that we should be afraid of?
Tuck scared of Big Bear.
Would you be willing to kill thing with us?
Tuck, oh life, oh kingdom. Tuck, fight for everything.
I cannot get past that the same creature. On one hand, we have Lord of the Stone, and the other one we have Teddy Bear.
Just remember, I give you crown, Odep, to me specifically.
No, fuck you. I gave him a crown too.
You lead humans?
Well, you're not a human.
King of people.
I am protector of people in certain context.
Tuck, pledge life.
Tell him about all the goblins you
We
killed.
kind of live in an anarchist commune.
Tell him your name.
We live in a society.
Tuck, understand. Goblin like anarchy too. Tuck like monarchy. Tuck on top.
Okay. So, reconvene at campsite. If Bear are not already dead, we kill Bear together.
Tuck, agree. And he like starts running out of this cave like on all fours, just like bounding out. And he has quite the speed as he does.
You know, we've never seen the bear monster and Tuck in the same place.
I travel for 1 week. I get new apprentice, the death of a royal, and the many new things for the bestiary. This is best week of career.
I'm glad somebody's having fun, Kako.
You want to come with me?
Yes, I will be
We'll fly together?
gladly hunting down this so-called god of what's-its-face. Since I was almost
can you
a
turn into
sacrifice.
something lighter and I can carry you as we fly?
Oh, my dear. I cast polymorph on myself. I choose giant owl.
Sukala, you take the form of a giant owl, and Wiz, you cast your flight spell and begin to take off in the direction that this fog is moving.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Can you do that all the time?
I don't know what owls sound like, but I can't talk to you.
Right.
I'm a fucking owl.
I can't talk to owls.
And as you guys fly through the sky, you can see this fog moving through the forest. Off in the distance, you guys can see what Sukala you recognize as the town of Bog's Bottom. It's a small, shanty little town on the edge of the swamp and at the base of this mountain. You can see another manor off in the distance that sits about 2 miles away from Bog's Bottom on a tall hill kind of overlooking it. And this fog is moving towards the eastern side of this town. And as you guys catch up, you are overtaken by this thick fog. You guys descend into this fog, and it becomes very hard to see, but you can hear the ground shaking as you get closer. And as you fly in, you eventually see a hulking shadow looming beyond the fog, golden eyes piercing out.
Does it look like a teddy bear?
You want to get closer?
I fly lower.
You get to the point where you're
come
like
along?
right eye level with this creature. And as you push through this fog, it looks like a bear. But as you get close enough to finally see it through the fog, it's not a bear. It's made of steel and iron, and you can hear the sounds of gears turning as it moves, each step a grinding creak of this metal monstrosity as it moves through the woods.
How big is it compared to a bear?
This thing's about 17 feet tall, and it walks on two legs.
I
We gotta
want
rage against
to
the
land on
machine.
its head.
Before you can move close enough to it,
Fuck.
it turns towards you, and you see those glowing eyes shine upon you, and it speaks.
Threat, I am here to stop you. You will feel pain. No cure.
Oh, it's a machine.
And then its eyes shut.
Oh, I fly away. Flap, 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 flap.
Make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Okay,
Alright.
well, let me get my
I was
owl
right
stats.
next to Sukala. Do I need to make
Yes,
one too?
both of you.
Oh, it's fine. It's a 19. Maybe
Seven.
it's fine. I say it confidently.
7.
19 and a 7.
7.
Sukala, you fly above the face of this bear before it opens its eyes. But Wiz, it points its face in your direction, and
It's alright, I didn't like this character anyway.
bright blue lights turn on in the eyes of this creature and shine out, blinding you. And you begin to fall.
oh, grab me! Grab
Yeah,
me! Fucking grab me!
I'm gonna go grab him
Oh my
and
god.
not let him shatter
Oh my
when he hits the
God.
ground. I'll grab him.
I'm falling!
Yeah, you are stunned by this bright light, and as Sukala sweeps back down and grabs you, she lifts you back up into the air, and a couple seconds go by, and your vision returns to you.
Oh, I'm not stone?
No.
Oh, weird. I start flying of my own accord again. Well, that was horrifying.
I'm gonna go back down. Try to land on that bear again.
Sukala, I know maybe you can't understand me when you're an owl, but this is a really bad idea.
Turn my head around. You know I understand you. I fly back down.
Yeah, you fly back down,
Talk owl.
and as you get close enough to this bear, you hear those words again.
Threat, I am here to stop you. You will feel pain. No cure.
And you land on its head.
It seems to be going on some kind of orders, you know, man. Like,
And what are you doing?
What I want to do is land on the back of this bear's head, unpolymorph, holding onto it. I want to cast Lightning Bolt down into it. I'm going to cast it at 5th level, which
Okay.
it only matters for damage, so he needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
He fails.
That's a lot of sixes.
Holy fuck.
46 damage.
You stand on this
And he's
golem
all metal, so like...
and strike this lightning through this creature. And you see the lightning arc off of the metal plates, and you can see kind of smoke begin to churn out of him, but he stays strong. And he reaches up with his metal hand and grabs you. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Whoopsie doodles.
Is there any way that we would have heard a lightning strike go off?
Probably, but that you're very far away. He grabs you in his great metal claw and squeezes, and you can feel yourself being crushed in his hands, and he hurls you into the ground.
alright, I cast Featherfall.
I don't know that I'm falling.
Okay.
He has a hold on me,
No,
right?
he's like
he's throwing me?
you.
Okay.
You cast Featherfall on Sukala. As this creature lets go of you, you float down to the ground, and you hear another voice, and it says, "Do not resist. I mean harm." It closes its
wonder-
eyes, and it reopens them, and that bright blue light washes over you, and you're stuck.
Out of character. I wonder if there are words missing. Maybe he's saying, you will feel no pain, I mean no harm. Because he's just stunning, not killing. And we're just assuming that he's causing the stone. I mean, it's a good assumption, but
I mean, we did literally watch as a cultist got turned to stone.
we didn't see the bear actually turn into stone. It was in fog.
Okay, that's
So, like I'm saying, it's a good assumption, but I'm saying we aren't 100%.
I mean, I guess we can kind of assume that he's going after the people who have like the weird sickness.
Yeah, we're pointing at
Maybe it's some
Jace, aka
So
Isaac.
maybe the cultists have just been infecting people with the sickness and then giving them to this bear thing, and then he's been, freezing them to stone.
Yeah, maybe it's something like they get this plague and then it's just a bad reaction to being stunned by the bear. That sounds stupid when I say it.
I mean, do we need to kill this bear?
I mean,
I don't know that we can.
we don't have enough information right now to.
Or enough goblins.
When Tuck comes back, we'll decide.
Yeah, in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, that'll give us
At
time to
least
figure out how
probably
to fix
4.
you.
Probably, actually.
Yeah,
We'll never see him
being
again.
Very.
I'm gonna fly down closer to Sukala and try to pull her out of the way
Yeah.
a little bit out of Teddy's range so it doesn't hurt her.
As you pull Sukala out of the way, and Sukala, as this blue light washes over you and you're eventually able to get your senses back, this beast turns away from you and begins to walk deeper into the forest. And the earth shakes with each step.
I'm going to share my theory with Wiz. The one I just gave you guys all out of character.
Sukala, make a perception check.
Okay. So that's
So
11.
Yeah, as you look at the back of this creature, you can see words etched into the back, and it appears to be a name. The name is Phineas Anweir. There are more words, but you're not able to make them out.
I think we need to go find this Phineas Anweir also. Thank you for saving my life and all that stuff. I mean, I saved yours, so it's only fair.
anytime.
Fine, you can call me Sookie. I don't care. Whatever.
Oh, wow, okay. I mean, sure, man, anytime. I would have done it any day of the week. It's what I do.
Anyway, we should go get the others and find this Phineas Anweir.
Yeah, I agree. This is way above my pay grade. I don't even know if I'm getting paid.
I guess we're walking. Or I could turn into a cloud again and just move real slow. Can we find a river?
I mean, the mountain cave where you were near poured out a river.
Is there a river, would it lead back to?
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to fly, I'll just swim there.
What do you mean?
Oh, come here.
I follow quizzically.
Because in case you dear listeners missed it, and anybody else forgot, Sukala is a siren. So I'll catch you at the other place. Damn it, that would have been a cool line. I jump in the water, and I grow a tail. Bye.
I take out the extra mushrooms I had in my bag and I look at them with bulging eyes and just look at the water and look at the shrooms and I just drop them all on the ground and I fly back.
The group gathers up at the cave where you guys confronted the wildlings of the forest. As you guys gather back up, the caravan has moved to the front of this cave and they're loading the stolen supplies back on. You guys have water again. However, all but 2 of your horses have been killed. So everyone is piled onto one cart with the supplies at this time. Luckily, you're not far from the town of Bog's Bottom, where you should be able to resupply.
Is Lessa all right?
She's looking pretty depressed as you see her. Clearly, her father is still weighing heavy on her mind.
I'm gonna go up to her, approach her with a new book, something fancy.
Yeah, what book?
Please pick something a little bit softer. I know you started with Scalping for Ghouls, so there's nothing softer than...
So you accidentally killed your mom. An essay by Kako Ikeo.
just now written.
I feel like this may become appropriate in coming days, and it's just
Rip your
101
mom.
uses for goblin.
Yeah, I'll get around to reading it.
Listen, young one, I also lost parents at young age, and were it not for my protege, the opposite of a protege, I also would have stayed underneath my parents' bed for the rest of life.
But what if he's right? What if I'm dangerous? What if I just hurt those around me?
Well, it's fine to be dangerous. I am a dangerous person. You just have to learn to control and only to be danger to the bad things.
I'm gonna try. I don't want to hurt anyone I care about.
I will help you, and as established, I am very dangerous, so you cannot hurt me.
Okay. I don't know about that. And you kind of see her crack a smile. She's like, I don't even know what I'm capable of.
Oh, that is what I like to see. No one knows what they are capable of until they have a dead body in front of them.
She begins
What
to
the
cry. Okay, maybe that was a little too soon.
I'm sorry, I meant goblin. Really do read that book. There are going to be a lot of goblins in the next days.
God.
Okay. Yeah, I will. Your caravan is only like 9 people at this point now. You've got
Depressing.
you've got the 4 of you, Lessa, Sarge, the old woman who you encountered, Lenora,
Yeah.
Sen.
Delilah.
Did anyone find Chester while we were gone?
No,
Did anyone notice he was missing? Or did they just assume he's dead?
everyone is just assuming the worst.
Well,
Okay.
me too, that he's the bad guy.
Just for safe measure, I'm just gonna like Chester.
Your voice rings out across the mountain and through the swamp, but you're greeted by silence.
Sukala has no reason to stick around now that she's fulfilled her promise, so she's going.
But don't you want to figure out what Teddy's doing?
I mean,
you shot a bunch of lightning into him. I can do that too, but it didn't
Well,
really
then why
seem
do you
to
need me?
Though to be fair,
But-
the times you have shot lightning, you did not injure anybody, but the
Yeah.
people you meant to injure.
Okay, that's going a little bit too far. I just mean we might need some extra help if you'd be
I would
willing.
feel more comfortable if you were the lightning person in the group.
Fine, I'll help. You convinced me since you worked so hard at it. Definitely not because I'm bored as hell.
I wholeheartedly believe that.
All right, let's go kick Phineas what's-his-face's ass. Probably. I assume this is his fault.
As you all pack onto this overloaded cart and begin your journey towards the town of Bog's Bottom. And as you push your way out of the thick fog of the swamp and in the direction of the small town you saw as you flew overhead, you see more statues. And they get thicker the closer you get to this town. And as you're on the road, you eventually pass a statue belonging to Lessa's father. She doesn't notice,
I don't let her notice.
but you do, and Sarge kind of gives you a heads up that he has been turned to stone.
So I want to put this to the group because
yeah.
though she is my apprentice, this might be important for her to know.
Yeah,
particularly care.
We could be able to save the townspeople and the people turned to stone.
Well, I don't
Regardless.
believe that for a second, but I also don't think we need to tell her, hey, you murdered your mom 12 hours ago, and oops, your dad died because we couldn't do anything.
Your voice is a little loud for this one caravan. She's right over there.
She's like nose deep in a book, not really paying attention.
Okay, this is all his fault then, because he started this conversation.
Whoa. Pointing fingers is not appreciated on this boat.
We're not on
This
the boat.
figurative boat.
Giving a little girl tragic
Okay.
news twice in one day is probably not
Y'all-
a good idea.
That is not a little girl. Like, it was well established
Yeah,
that she
she's
is
like
a grown
28.
woman.
Okay, she's still
She's just
not
short
an
and
adult.
naive. Short and naive, so you guys have decided she's 7.
And as the caravan approaches the town of Bog's Bottom, you see that the town is surrounded by a large wall constructed out of wood, metal, and refuse, just blocking in this town. And what used to be a nice, bustling community is now enclosed in a great wall. And you've never seen this like this before, Sukala.
Well, that wall's new.
Okay, so the bear might present a bit of an issue.
I don't think the bear built that wall.
Well, no, but the bear probably froze everybody.
And as the caravan pulls
Allegedly.
up towards the main gate of this wall, you hear a voice yell out from atop this wall. Hey, no outsiders here. Turn yourselves around, we got no room.
No.